This has probably been like the most requested video that like my stream has told me to do just because there's some misinformation out there. But today we're going to be going over the Moonlight Blessing in Epic 7. So Moonlight Blessing is one of the most important things on your account. I'd be honest with you. It's going to differentiate whether you can push really quickly in PvP or not. And I want to give you my opinion on all of the characters. And I think most people hopefully will agree that have played this game at a decently high competitive level. And if you're not looking to play the game at a competitive level, my suggestion, I still think is going to be the best to take. But let's go ahead and look at it. So once you reach stage 1010, you will unlock, not 1010, sorry, 110, you will unlock the Moonlight Blessing. So going into Moonlight Blessing, you have an option to pick between 6 of the original Moonlight 5 characters in the game. So, looking at the 6, you have Judge Kisei. Judge Kisei overall does not get used much in almost any content. She is a very well-designed character, but it's not really worth going for her in any capacity. She has a good skill kit, but the requirements for her to be used is you have to use really good gear, and that gear would be better used on somebody else. So, Arbiter Villager. Arbiter Villager is always a solid option. If you ended up taking RB or are wanting to take RB, he isn't bad. He's harder to use now, but I still see quite a bit of success with him. I would say he's ranked number 2 for me. He is overall just a timeless character. If he is picked right in, say, the RTA aspect of the game or just an arena, he outputs some of the most damage in the game as an AoE damage dealer. He has one of the best debuffs in the game. He has 100% blind chance on Zest 3, which is good, and also he is great for farming. But the thing is, there are so many farmers in the game now, it's not worth taking a farming character from this. So Dark Corvus. Dark Corvus is just so far fallen off in the game at the time of making this video. He has his use in, say, Guild War, but Guild War is basically the only place you can use him, and Guild Wars are not that hard. So picking him just to do Guild Wars isn't worth it in any way, in my opinion. And also, most Guild War fights you can't do anymore with him. One of the main defeats for Dark Corvus was the fact that a lot of characters now have injury damage or can be put on injury set. So Dark Corvus against Apoc Ravi will always lose. And there are just too many counters to him, and he just overall is probably, I would say, the worst character out of all of these to take. Next up is Ruel. So Ruel is a reviver, but as of the most recent updates, Ruel is still a solid character. She's great for Guild Wars. She's okay for any type of PvP. But she isn't as good as the other revivers. She has a single target revive that's on a semi-long cooldown, which is 4 turns. So reviving one character every 4 turns isn't that great, and her survivability just doesn't stack up to what you really need in the game currently. So she would not be what I would say to pick at all. She has her uses. If you pull her out of this, then yeah, you can try to use her, but I would not waste your Moonlight Blessing on her. Martial Artist Ken is up there with Dark Corvus. Martial Artist Ken can be used very, very well, but he's not that great. He also suffers against injury damage users. There's some characters out there that do not land critical hits anymore, so he's a character that counters when you get critically hit. And he has a lot of healing ability, and he does a ton of damage. He used to be one of, if not the best character in the game. But as of right now, he just doesn't stack up to what you need. There are a lot of characters now with uncounterable skills as well, that whenever they hit him, they deal so much damage, he's going to end up dying, and you're not going to get what you need out of him. So, ML Ken, if you wanted to use him, he would take a super high gear requirement. Although he is such a cool character, he's actually the reason I started Epic 7, because I saw him, I was like, okay, he is really cool, I gotta start playing this game. But would not take him from this. Now, the winner of this, the character I think everybody should take no matter what, is Spectre Tenebria. Spectre Tenebria, on my account, she is the reason I am where I am in PvP in terms of RTA. I abuse this character non-stop. I abuse her every season. She's pretty much a timeless character. Let me explain her. So, and she can be used for PvE, but I'll get into that. So her S1 is just overall just really good. She is going to have a soul burn extra turn ability, and she is a mage, so already can use Tiger Hill's book, which is amazing. So by having that, you are already able to either have her do a ton of damage first turn, or have the option to utilize her multi-hit the following turn, because once she uses her S3, this will attack 2 enemies instead of 1, dealing double the damage essentially. So That is so powerful. Her passive is one of the things that sets her apart from everything else. Any character with ramping passive ability is usually so good in this game. So when an ally capable of being attacked is still remaining, the caster cannot be selected as a target for attacks, meaning that she has permanent stealth. You cannot target her, making her a very annoying character to kill, because there are characters in this game that have AoE attacks or attacks that target all enemies. So with the attacks that target all enemies, you can hard counter that with your other characters on your team and are able to keep her alive. Say if you are fighting into a team with multiple AoEs, if you just draft a little bit tankier and have some knights, you can damage mitigate, keep her alive, and most AoE damage dealers are squishy characters. That's just how this game is designed. So as long as she survives the initial onslaught of the damage, you can kill. Otherwise, she's a character that there aren't a ton of characters that just counter her outright. There's a few now. There's Sylvan Sage Vivian that's been a little bit harder to fight, which is a later game ML5 that you might get. But overall, she is amazing in Guild War because you can draft her into Apoc Ravi, which is one of the best ML5s. You can draft her, she would beat Dark Corvus. Arbiter Vildred essentially does beat her, but she beats ML Ken, she beats Ruel, and Judge Kisei she would beat. So overall, the only character in this that would beat her is Arby, but she also can counter Arby because of the extra turns. So you can soulburn her, kill Arby once, he revives, and you kill him again. So overall, she just is the winner of these 5, 6, whatever, by far. And one other thing with her is Abyss. Abyss in this game is a nightmare. Spectre Cebria is a key unit to use in some of the harder Abyss floors. She can be used in a lot of the easier Abyss floors too. But she is just the overall hero that I would say you will take no matter what. If you care about this game and want to get better at this game, I would pick her. So once you do select your character, you're going to have these challenges to do. So these challenges can be a little hard. I'll go over them. So reach level 60 with 2 heroes. That one's pretty easy. And once you do that, each time you do this, you're able to power them up more. And once you finish them, you're able to take the character and they have no restraints left on them. So by getting 2, you'll unlock this one. Awaken 3 3-star or higher heroes to 5-star. That one's very simple to do. Obtain all region rewards and chapters. So this one's also easy to do. The hardest one to do is reach Gold 5 League and Arena. So reaching Gold 5 League and Arena, this is the place where Arbiter Vildred can be better than her in terms of finishing this, but it's a billion times better to just take her, take the time. It'll be a little bit harder, but once you are able to clear this, and you can get through this pretty easily. I'm going to be making many more guides over the next little bit, and she's just such a good character for everything, because you can climb Arena with her as long as you target the right teams. And honestly, this way of trying to utilize her to climb Arena, you will learn the game much faster, because you will learn what counters her and what she is good against, meaning to where once you move into RTA, once you get to that point, then you are going to be able to very well utilize her. So that is my opinion on Moonlight Blessings. It's a very simple looking thing, but if you do not take Spectre Cebria, I feel like every single person is going to suffer a little bit, whether it's sooner or later that you don't have her. So I hope this video helps some of you guys if you are getting to the part of the game where this is important. If you guys have video suggestions, if there's anything else you would like, comment it down below. If you have any questions you want to ask and maybe I'm not online or available, there's a Discord server that I have that you could join that and ask questions. But I really appreciate you guys watching this video. If you're new and willing to subscribe, that'd be great. I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.